Okay, so what we have here is a 2007 Rev. We have pulled the motor out. 2 years ago, I had a belt blow and some of the belt got behind the seal here on the crank. I pulled the seal out and I repacked Isoflex grease in there, and I put a new seal, figuring I saved my bearing. Well, apparently I didn't. After probably 500 miles, maybe a little more, maybe 800 miles, this bearing is now shot. You can hear the noise. Here's my inner ones. This one's a little bit of play, not much. No, nothing bad. This is the magneto side. Not bad at all. I think the seal's wearing on this one. Here's my cases over here. It started making like a rattling noise. Thought it was a primary clutch. Pulled the primary apart, towed it back. I didn't want to. Luckily, I was able to tow it back. But you can see all the grease coming out here. That's the magneto side. I don't know where. But here's the PTO side. See how it's not rough, just a bunch of grease, and hopefully it's not out of mic specs. But so if you blow a belt and it blows pretty bad behind there, I mean, I had to use a Leatherman to cut back there behind to get it when the primary was on there. I was back in the country, you know. You might want to pull the case apart and pull that and fix it. This motor was rebuilt. This is an 07 motor. The crank went out on it after 2,000 miles, and the guy I got it from had Skidoo put a new motor in there, a new bottom end. So this should be the new updated version where the inside tolerances aren't too tight. So now we're going to send it off, have someone put new bearings on it, press them off, and check my tolerances on my casing and make sure that everything's okay. And it also, for some reason, brand new pistons in this year, from last year actually, and they're scorched. Luckily not too much damage on my jugs, but now I gotta buy new pistons again. Whether it's caused from that, I'm not sure. Looking like it's a little lean. So we are also going to do a delete kit, oil delete kit. You just get a plate they sell for the racing sled. You put it there. Those two oil, you run a tube from one end to the other side to block it off. Then you run a hose to a reservoir to fill your water pump. This has to still be lubricated, and I'm going to run 30-to-1. Some people think that's too rich, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and seize up my motor. And it will not get hot because it's running a little more rich on oil. And so here's where the oil reservoir used to be. Look at all that space I have now, and save some weight too by getting rid of that. You're just going to get a little bottle like about that for a reservoir, just to make sure this is lubricated. Alrighty, we'll touch back once we get everything back together again.